Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. I'm here with Amanda, obviously, but my cousin, Donna. Do you want to introduce yourself?
My name is Donna Cartagena, and I'm Lauren's cousin. This is my first time meeting Amanda. I'm a college student at the University of Akron, and I go for mechanical engineering, but I also have a small little platform on TikTok that I like to post on.
So cute.
Yeah, so we have lots to talk about. I feel
We
like,
really
today.
do. I'm excited for today's episode. Also, I just want to add one thing. We got a comment on our last episode, which, you know what? Thank you for the compliments. Thank you for the constructive criticism. We're taking it to heart, and we really are. But they said that we were boring. And you know what? It really,
No,
it hurt me.
it resonated.
It resonated because I've always thought that about myself. And I was like,
And to see it like commented by a stranger.
And it was
yeah.
a thick comment. It wasn't just like you're boring. It was like set
Like
like a paragraph.
they were really nice about
But they
it.
were.
They were just essentially like, you're boring.
Yeah.
Did they put that on Instagram or Spotify or
I
whatever?
think on
On
YouTube.
YouTube. They were like, you're too pretty to be this boring.
But you know what? Shout out to you because now we're like actually gonna try to that's just sometimes my personality though.
No, I just like, especially when I'm listening to someone, when I'm
Like
listening to someone speak, like I'm not smart. Like I don't know. Like I just have a listening face. Like that's just my face.
I also just have a resting bitch face.
Yeah.
And it can be
So
that you guys, it's not like you're obnoxiously like laughing all the time. Like you guys
Yeah.
laugh, like you're just
Yeah.
speaking about like civil topics. So like what more can you guys give?
I don't know, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna
Me
try. I
too.
will say that whenever I'm mentally just like not doing my best, I can tell on camera. And so if that's what people are picking up on, I'm sorry. But we all have our bad days. So
Yeah.
today is a pretty good day. I'm excited for this conversation. So
It's not gonna be boring today.
yes, no, it's not. Do you want to get into like highs and lows? I know we usually don't do that for like guests, but I feel like we
could.
yeah.
It's fun. I love it. I would love to do a high and a low.
Okay, do you want to start?
Oh, okay. I'll start. So let's see, of today or like what do you guys do?
Like the past week or whatever.
Let's see. So my low would probably be that I got a flat tire and I had to have my car towed.
Oh.
But the good thing is, so I guess I can make it a high, is that this has happened to me so much that I already know exactly what to do when this happens. So it's like, first step is like you cry. And the second step, you have to, if something happens like that with your car,
Yeah.
And so then I was like, I know exactly what to do. Like I called Geico, my insurance, and then I called them to come get me. In 30 minutes, they were already there. I was set to go to this tire place to get it repaired. And then 2 hours later, I was already in my next class. So it was like nice. Like I know that I shouldn't be able to know how to do it that fast, but things happen. Let's see. And then my high would probably be honestly this, guys. Not to be too
Aw.
sentimental or anything.
Oh wait,
but
that's so cute.
I'm just really excited to talk with you guys. And me and Lauren have talked about this like all the time. Like
Yeah,
we should do it. And now finally it's like we're doing it. So I'm super excited.
Yeah.
And yeah.
No, even in the past too, like I remember when we would always have like conversations at
Yeah.
your other house, your
I've
old
lived
house.
in a lot of places.
At your old house, we would say that we wanted to individually start
Yeah.
a podcast. So now having you on, it's a really cool. Okay, and then
Circle.
my high, well, I went to OU for my sister's, or actually no, it was mom's weekend at their college, but they like kept giving me drinks, right?
Who's that?
They,
Oh,
Isabella, my sister, and then her friend Maddie. And so they were giving me drinks, whatever. I had like maybe 4 shots, like 6 drinks or something like that.
Lauren, you're not a drinker.
Not really anymore.
Okay.
But then Shannon wanted to leave, and my mom wanted, well, maybe not wanted to leave. Shannon wanted to leave, so we all left.
Okay.
And I was like kind of like
Yeah.
tipsy. We ended up going to Marshall's for some reason.
What time was
At what
it?
time? Yeah, what time?
Yeah. It was like, because, okay, we were out literally all day, like from 12 to, we came home at 11, but we went to Marshall's maybe like 9 o'clock, or 8:30 or something like that. But I was like, this is so random. Like,
So random. They're like drunk at Marshall.
No,
No, literally.
because they didn't drink. And so I wanted to stay, but Isabella and her friend were way too gone. So, um, but yeah, it was fun. I always love going and visiting. And my low, I always have a hard time thinking of a low.
Wow,
That's good though.
Actually, well, not always. Not always.
No, sometimes it's the same low for like a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, your low is usually your same thing, like your health.
It's always that. It's always that because I always have issues. Like
Mhm.
right now, I'm congested because my immune system just sucks. And so being around so many people, it's like
Yeah.
it
Well,
just
especially at OU.
yeah, literally. But I also share drinks with my sister and her friend, and I shouldn't have done that. So that's my low.
Yeah, let me think. My low is my stomach issue still, but I just started taking supplements like literally 2 days ago. So hopefully that helps it. And then my high is that on Saturday I went to like this event that my friend hosts in Montreal, and it's like called Braggadocious, and it's for women in Montreal, and you literally just get together for dinner and you kind of just like brag about yourself and like the past, like it's like a quarterly thing. And it was my first time going to her event, and it was fun. Like I literally knew nobody except her, which is very something that I don't like to do. So I got out of my comfort zone and I met a lot of fun people. So that would be my high.
That is so fun.
That is
So it's
fun.
basically just like a huge like updating each other dinner.
Yes, it was fun.
Yeah, that is fun. How many girls was it?
We were, I think, 13 or 14.
Oh, that's
Oh,
awesome. Yeah. So
slay.
you probably met a bunch of cool girls.
Yeah.
That's
And they're
fun.
all from here, and I don't have a
Yeah.
lot of friends in Montreal, so it's nice to meet new people for sure.
It's also so fun because you guys actually have stuff to do over
Right.
there. Like we don't have anything over here. We're from a very small town, and it's like what? There's literally
Yeah,
nothing.
there's nothing. Like I'm like trying to think of a restaurant big enough to host 14 girls.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm just kidding.
No, actually, though, probably
Like
not.
you'd probably take up like the biggest reservation there.
No, we would have to
Yeah.
literally like rent out
They would start going
the
crazy, like,
restaurant.
So fun.
Oh my gosh.
Aw, that's fun though. Maybe we can do something like that.
We've
We'll be the
always
hosts.
wanted to do okay, no, we can talk about our plans. We wanted to
Not that we do we do it.
oh,
We run it.
okay, that's actually so true. We
Yeah,
should
like
do
you went
something.
to it. Someone had to have like come up with the idea.
Yes.
You know what I
We
mean?
host it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because I was gonna say we have always talked about opening up our own bar.
Okay.
A lot of things. Doing a lot.
We do, and then we don't do them.
Well, me and Lauren also spoke about opening up a coffee shop karaoke in LA.
Yeah, so it's literally we can have multiple locations because this
Okay.
is
It's like a chain
your
type of
karaoke
thing.
bar. Yeah.
Yeah, because we have enough coffee shops. We need something a little bit like for us,
Yeah.
the 20-year-olds.
Yeah. I feel like karaoke is just so much fun. What's
It
your
is
go-to? What's your go-to karaoke song?
Probably Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield. But I just want to preface and say that we had the hype on that song. Our
We did.
cousins, like we literally sang it. We have a video of all of us singing it in the back of my dad's truck. I think it was 2016,
Maybe even
maybe
2014,
even,
2015.
2014,
I love that.
So, like when the movie came out and it was like all the hype, people were singing it, and I was like,
This is
now
our
it feels
song.
like, yeah,
And it's-
like I didn't want people to think we were just jumping
Into the trend,
into it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was annoying. But that's such a good one.
That's mine for sure.
It's funny, my mom, well, we had a party last weekend, I think. Your mom ended up singing Hopelessly Devoted, but she told me that she was dedicating the song to me. I don't know if you caught that. She's like, I'm gonna sing a song for
Oh,
you.
yeah,
I'm gonna
because Lauren
dedicate it for you.
requested it.
So it was so funny. But I'm trying to think of mine or like a good song, like song of the week, I guess.
Oh yeah, I like
Because
that
we
you
do
guys
that too. What have I? Oh, there's this song called Fantasmas. It's so good. I don't know if you've heard of it.
That's scary.
No, no,
Oh,
no.
I
It's
haven't.
it's actually really
What does it
good.
mean?
It's in Spanish.
Means-
Fantasmas mean ghost.
Oh,
I'm gonna play this part and then I'm gonna play this part and then we can tr traduce translate.
Translate, yeah.
Traducir is what I
Amanda?
can I what?
Can you hear?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I almost
Yeah.
cried. So
We'll
essentially,
translate it then.
you can go ahead.
Oh,
She's
oh.
better at Spanish than me.
Just by a little bit. It says, in this house, there are no ghosts. They're just pure memories. They're a million sentiments of what we could have been when you were here.
That's sad.
It's so much better in Spanish. Like it flows better in Spanish. It sounds better. But yeah, that's my song of the week.
Wow.
I love that.
Yeah. What about you, Amanda?
I need to think. Let me go look at what I'm listening to. Well, I've been listening to Remy Wolf a lot. I don't know if you know who that is, but I would say her song Cinderella is my song of the week because I'm seeing her in concert in like 2 weeks. So you know when you like prep before a show and you try and remember.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So that's what I've been doing lately. So you should check her out. She's really cool.
I'm actually so sad that I have no concerts to go to because I live for that and I literally have nothing.
I feel like a lot of people don't come near you. That's probably why
No,
too.
they don't.
They're scared of her. No, I'm
I
kidding.
guess so. I mean, they literally just recently it's just been Cincinnati, but that's like 3 hours away from me.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
really far.
it sucks.
I've only ever been to one concert.
Only been to one concert?
I'm
The Taylor
scared,
Swift
yeah.
one?
Yeah, Taylor Swift.
Okay, we went to that one together, but what? That's the only one?
That's the only one. I'm not a concert girl,
You went to
guys.
Taylor Swift?
We went, yeah.
We
Okay.
didn't go for her.
No, we didn't. We went for the opener, who was Camila Cabello, and she was,
Oh, so this was like years ago.
yeah, it was the
Okay.
Reputation.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I was like, I don't remember you going to the Eras tour. Okay.
No, no, no.
It was when you could get a ticket for $45.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though we were nosebleeds, but it was still.
But it
And
was
you
so
weren't there for Taylor, so like,
yeah.
No, and literally Camila was like there for like 30 minutes.
Literally 30 minutes. Like we saw Charlie XCX,
XCX, yeah.
okay.
But like the whole reason we were there for 20 minutes and we were like, okay. But
Yeah.
Tina was cool. Like she was cool. Yeah.
And she sang like the old songs, Love
Yeah.
Story, and
hmm
It was a fun
Yeah.
experience. Yeah.
You need to
Yeah.
go to more concerts.
Yeah.
I know.
maybe
Will
we
you come
should.
with me next time?
I don't know. It depends. It's just I don't like hyper fixate on like a celebrity or like on a musician. I just listen to whatever song is popular. Like I have a problem with I just saw a TikTok, this girl, she was like, I will like hyper fixate on songs until I can't listen anymore. That's me, like 100%. Like my Spotify Wrapped, I listened to Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter 500 times, guys. 500 times.
But Loki
So-
was a
Wait.
pop.
I think that was my top song too.
yeah, I was in
Yeah.
the 0.01%
Oh my
of
God.
her.
Yeah.
And my boyfriend was like freaking out. He's like, I'm like scared. Like, how did you listen that many times? I'm like,
Okay, a little bit about your relationship and also maybe offer like some advice to anyone listening who's like struggling right now with finding a relationship.
yeah, of course. So yeah, I've been dating my boyfriend for 3.5 years now. And yeah, I think that I'll be getting a ring soon.
Okay.
I'll be taking the pictures.
Lauren, I'll take the picture.
How did you meet?
We met, wait, how or where?
Well, both.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so how we met was it's actually a funny story. So I was going to this gym like that we have down the road from our house, and I was going like I didn't work out at the time really, so I was going for fun, to like maybe walk on the treadmill 5 minutes. like workout vibe.
100%.
You guys know what I mean. And
Just
so-
the aesthetic.
Yeah. And I was, I think, 19 at the time. I'm 23 now. So I was like, still like being a silly girl. And I walk in and my sister's like, oh, guys, you're gonna have to cut this. I'm sorry, I'm a yapper. But
No.
basically, I'll try to sum it up.
No. We love the app.
Okay, so I walked in and my sister's like, oh my gosh, there's this boy that I think is really cute over there. And I was like, oh, who? And I'm like trying to look at him. And she's like, don't look, don't look. And I'm like, okay. And obviously I had to look. So I look and I was like, wait, which one is it? Because there was two boys. And she's like, that one. And I was like, because I'm feeling the other one. And I was like, wait. And I looked at him, guys. It was like not love at first sight, like you guys were talking about in your last episode, but it was like mesmerization at first sight. if
Like
that makes sense.
infatuation.
Infatuation, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, actually, because like when I saw it, like I had to take a double take, like literally like in the movies, because I was like, I've never seen a facial structure like that. Like I've never seen someone look like him. Like the guy that my sister was talking about, he just looked like a pretty frat boy. Like, and that's not my type. I like very like innocent, shy.
Yeah.
little
No, when I tell you he is like an angel, like a little baby, like he's
Yes,
so
he's like-
precious.
Yeah, his
He's
energy is
precious.
just gentle.
So
Yeah.
gentle.
that.
And what I like about him is that because he is that way and she's more so like fiery and like, yeah, a little spicy, he kind of like calms that side of
Like
her
it's a
down. And, like I
balance.
think,
Right.
yeah, brings out like your more feminine like energy.
Yeah, we were talking
Yeah,
about that
we were
at
talking
one time, and when we were talking about it, I was like, wait, I think that is me. Because I like to do things a lot on my, I'm very independent, but like when I am with him, I can just calm down and I can be like, oh, he can take care of me. You know what I mean? I think
Mhm.
that's it.
I need that in my life.
Yeah.
I really do.
So relationship wise, I think if you have a partner like that, because I know you have a partner, Amanda, if you feel
Yeah.
that way, when you're with them, you can just not have a care in the world. I think that's super important.
Yeah.
Yeah, and other people can see that too, I feel like.
Yeah.
In other relationship, it's like evident.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I was like, wow, he's beautiful. And I was like, who's the friend? And she's like, oh, I don't know. I think he's like literally 16, back off. Because I was 19. I was like, whoa, I was like 16, that's way too young. So I moved on with my day. 2 days later, I'm working at a different location than the restaurant I usually work at because there's two locations. So I've been working at the other one like 3 years at that point. And so I started working at the other location for the first time. So it wasn't like my first time there, it was just at that location. So like 2 days later after I saw him at the gym, I go and I start working there. And I look at the cook in the back and it's him.
That's like
And I'm
meant to be.
Yeah,
It really
I
is.
really think so. Because I was like, what? He's following me? Like, what's going on? But like he had already been working there like a year. But it's just funny because like if I never went to that location, I would have never like
yeah.
seen him. Yeah. And
Aw.
so then I was like, and it's funny because I wasn't looking for anything. I think in the time I was like, I'm not looking for anything. I just want to be my single girl era. I was still at OU, so I was like my party girl
Oh,
era.
yeah.
So it was just like not something I was looking for. But like I could not. Like I would like people would talk to me and I would be like, who's that boy back there? And they'd be like, oh, I think his name's like Sam. And I was like, oh, he's like kind of cute. Like the words would just flow out of my mouth without me even like wanting to. And there was this one little boy, he was still young. So he's like, why do you think he's cute? I'm gonna go tell him right now. And I was like, no. It too. And so he went and told him, and like Sam now, his name's Sam, my boyfriend, but he would tell me now, he's like, he did come over and he's like, that girl thinks you're pretty. And he was like, and I just laughed it off. He's like, no, in his 20 years of life, no girl has ever like gone up to him.
God.
He hasn't had a girlfriend, nothing, literally nothing. Like he was just so shy and reserved.
Mhm.
So he's like, I just didn't believe him because he was like, I thought you were just like a beautiful woman. And I'm like,
I love
But-
that.
then we just exchanged Snapchats and we went on our first date. We went on a picnic and we went to pick out food. We went and laid down and talked until the stars came out, and then we started.
That's adorable. Okay.
And then
That's
he
not
showed-
fair.
And we kissed. And I went inside and my sister was like, how was it? And I was like, he's gonna be my boyfriend. And we've been dating 3.5 years now.
And you're gonna
And
get
we're gonna be
married.
my husband.
Yes, you're getting a ring.
Yeah.
Wait, that's so cute.
Thank you guys. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
I
been
hope-
really nice. Yeah, I just think that, and we've definitely gone through like our rough patches, you know what I think every couple has. But what I hated hearing is like, oh, you just wait till this many years, you know, or just wait till you get, because it's just like, what are we praying on our downfall? You know, like
exactly.
things like that don't sit well with me. But I think it depends on how you choose to look at your like arguments or your differences, you know, whether you want to look at it as an argument or if you want to look at it something that you can improve on together.
Mhm.
I think like a year and a half into the relationship, I just wasn't seeing what I was putting into a relationship back.
Yeah.
So like little details, like maybe just getting me flowers, maybe getting me candy this day, maybe I'm like really tired, so he brings me an energy drink. I think my love language is definitely acts of service, just knowing that you did something to like because you knew that it would make me happy. Like
Yeah.
that's so sweet to me. So I like sat down with him basically because he's never had a girlfriend, like I said. He hasn't talked to any girls. Like I'm his first everything, his first handhold, his first like snapping a girl.
Yeah.
Like guys, like he was just like from point nothing. So if I really love him and I want to be with him, I don't see a harm in like asking them to do what you want.
Oh, 100%.
Like the expecting them to do things, I don't know if I 100% agree with that. I think it can be a conversation. And so I sat down with him and I basically was like, I just am not seeing things that I like am kind of like wanting in a relationship. And like I explained it, literally like a list. I sat down there and I was like, if you have anything, feel free. But he was like, no, you're perfect. And I'm like, okay.
Like, I know.
Just
No,
kidding.
but that's really important. I think like communication is important, and like at the end of the day, like people can't read your mind. So like he just probably didn't know like what you needed, and like you telling him and then him acting on that, I think is more important than someone just like doing what they think you need. If that
Right. Yeah.
100%.
And then me getting mad at him for not doing what my mind wants him to do when he has no clue.
Exactly.
Like that's where the problem, the arguments arise.
Mhm.
But yeah, after that, it was like a 360 change. Like he heard every word that I said and he put it into practice, and it was just like that showed his love
He's
in a
perfect.
different way. Yeah, like I got flowers every now and then, like candy all the time now, just like little things like that. Like he just did exactly what I could ask. And yeah, it was just like such an easy fix, and it's been great since then. And
I
yeah.
love him.
I think I also saw you post a TikTok once of like you studying and he brought you something. I think that was you.
Yeah, he
That's so
like
cute.
I don't know where he learned this. That's why I'm like a little suspicious, but like out of nowhere he started doing like little baskets like filled with goodies, you know?
Aw.
And he deleted TikTok a while ago, so I'm like, I know you're not getting this from Instagram Reels, you know?
Wait, does he have a sister?
Yeah, but she's like 13.
Oh.
She was 9 at the time. Now she doesn't have,
okay,
they're
okay.
very like religious too, so they don't have like
Okay.
TVs or phones or stuff like that. But anyway, it was just like a goodie bag, like filled with like an energy drink, like candy, a candle. He always does a candle, which is just so adorable. And it's always my favorite flavor or scent. Sorry, coconut.
I love coconut and vanilla.
And it's just been so sweet. And it's not like the price of it, you know, like it's not, it could be literally the cheapest thing ever,
Mhm.
but just the fact that he thought of me, you know,
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
so sweet.
That is really cute.
And I try to also like before I sat down and like talked to him about what I felt was missing in a relationship, I kind of analyzed myself first and be like, am I doing all the things that I'm about to ask him to do for me? Because it goes both ways, you know?
Yeah.
So I wanted him to feel that's why I'm like, you also let me know, like whatever I'm doing or whatever you're missing, because I'm more than happy to like put my best foot forward. But yeah. I think that's important too in a relationship to kind of analyze yourself too before you start like criticizing your partner.
I love us because we like think the same in so many ways. And it's just funny because like we both have gone through like
Trauma.
with our parents and stuff. It's
Yeah.
just like we're really trying to break
Mhm.
generational curses and just like so I think you saying all that it makes me so like I just love it because you're so mature and yeah, we literally just think the exact same, I feel.
Yeah, I think it's a good mindset to have. Yeah, when you're
Mhm.
surrounded by like divorce and stuff, it's just easy to see all the bad things. So it's kind of up to you to create what you think is a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
So for us to take that into our own hands at a
Yeah,
young age, I think that's why we have the mindset that we do. So
100%. Yeah. Dang, that got
yeah,
deep.
it's it. All right, let's lighten it
Wait.
up. How was your date with your girlfriend?
My dates are great. It's very fresh still. It's like 3.5 months. So it's like the
Okay.
beginning stages and stuff. But I think with this relationship, communication is very important to me. And like we've already had like conversations like you've had of like what I like to receive and stuff and what she likes to receive from like the beginning. So I think like
Yeah,
so far
good
it's been
idea.
going very, very good.
Good, yeah, I think that's definitely a smart idea, especially if you guys have been in like previous relationships, because
Hmm.
everyone
Yeah,
like needs different things,
Yes.
100%. It's also so cute when she like does the little like notes and stuff. Like everything that you
Yeah.
post, I'm just like, it's so cute, and I want something like that. Like
You will get that. I don't
I
know like if
know,
there's many people in
but
your town, but I think we can pivot into so you're in STEM, right? You're like
yeah.
a STEM girl.
she's
Um
so smart. Sorry,
yeah, I
she's
like
so
see like her
smart.
studying stuff. Also, you posted a TikTok of you falling asleep studying and I was literally dying. It was so funny.
I
Bro, it was
couldn't
so
believe it.
funny.
Yeah, it was
In the
so
end, when you just snatched the phone, I was
because I was guys, that was recorded in 2 times speed. So like it was like
stop.
intervals of 2 minutes of me like sleeping. So like that was sped up what you guys saw on the TikTok. And then at the end, I think it was like 20 minutes had passed. So when I snatched it, I was like, I'm too tired to film a TikTok right now. So I didn't even know like if I even caught anything. But it was funny because I had to keep going back on the video I was watching because I was watching a practice exam review and I had to keep going back because I would wake up. But to me, it feels like 10 seconds, but it
Yeah.
had been like 2 minutes. So I would have to like go back because I'm like, wait, I missed something. And I would have to go back. I kid you not, I think I went back to the same spot like 10 times.
Oh my
And
God.
then I was like, honey, you need to go to bed. So I closed my
Oh my
laptop
gosh.
and I went to bed and I slept from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., 12 hours.
I slept 15 the other day.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's weird.
I know. I
But
don't know
sometimes it's
how.
needed.
Yeah, it's just like you got to listen to your body. Because I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
I was coming home from OU. I came
Okay.
home and I slept the whole.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
But
but yeah, wow, you're so smart. Like calculus, what, like 5 or something?
calculus 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth is called differential equations, but we just like to call it 4. But yeah, it was a lot and I'm finally done with it. That's just like the biggest nightmare of like engineering is like all the
Mhm.
calculus. Because
Yeah.
like you start to struggle in like 1 or 2, and then I'm like, I'm gonna have to hit you with a reality check. Like you have to do 2, 3, 4. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's
So
crazy.
yeah, I'm like a mentor for some of the freshmen, and those are like some conversations that we've had to have. Like if I see them struggling like pre-calculus, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, like they need to understand what they're getting themselves into.
Mhm.
Being like a woman in STEM, do you ever feel like people don't take you seriously or I feel like a lot of people like don't take women in STEM seriously. So how has that been like for you?
That's definitely something that I like to advocate for. This year, specifically my senior year, I've come across some scenarios that have happened to me that have really like allowed me to experience that side because like I had it in the back of my mind, you know what I mean? But I never had like an experience that I could like share with everyone, just like background noises and things like that. But this year, like, let me tell you guys what happened to me. So basically, there's this your senior year, you just come across a lot of projects that you have to do, and it has to be group projects. So in one of my classes, there's only 2 girls, me and this other girl, but she's more like tomboy. So she's very like mechanically, like I'm a mechanical engineering, like girl boss, girly. And then she's just like very like into the like engineering mechanical side of things. And so I come to class like in pink, slick backs, my little claw clips, rings, necklaces, pink folder, flower folder, things like that, you know what I mean? So I definitely stand out and I understand that. But for this class, there's only like 20 of us, so like two girls, which is really low. And so of course, like I partnered up with her, and we have one other guy in our group, but he's really nice. And so we were going down to the mechanical shop. We have like a machine shop, and we have a bunch of like machines down there that we can use for our projects. So they're meant for these projects that we're working on right now. So we went down there just to get like a tour of what we're supposed to be doing and how to use it properly and safely. And there's this like technician, I guess, like an engineering technician, and he was down there. He's not like an actual engineer, he's just like the guy that manages the machine shop, basically. That's like his title. So not to degrade him, but like I just wanted to clarify that not like an engineering title or anything. And he's older, I would say maybe like in his 60s. And so we were down there and we all had to wear our little safety goggles, and I wore them. And I had a slick back bun in that day because they said to have your hair out of your face. So I'm like, perfect.
Mhm.
So I did a little slick back, and then I was wearing like not this pink hoodie, but another pink hoodie. It's like super oversized. And so I was wearing that with my cheetah sweatpants and my UGG Tasmans. And so I just looked like really cute, comfy vibes, you know?
Mhm.
We weren't working on our project. We were just going down there to get a little tour. And I was like, I had my hair out of my face, like I did what I was told. So we're standing there and he's like going over instructions, and he's like showing us how to cut one of the pieces that we have to cut. And I've never been around machines like that. Like I know that's surprising to hear from like a mechanical engineer, but it's just not something that I was drawn towards. I'm more towards like the design and project management side of things rather than like that hands-on like machine shop type of stuff. So, but then I saw that and I was like, okay, I don't want to be intimidated. Like I feel like I have to know at least a little bit or get comfortable with it because I'm gonna come across that at least once in the industry. So I was like, I need to not be scared down here. Like, come on, if he asks, like, if he needs help or anything, like, I'm gonna help. So as he's like cutting one of the pieces, I notice because our grandma has tremors. So like when she starts to like hold something really tightly, her hands will start like shaking really
Yeah.
bad. And so he was doing that. He was like showing us stuff, but then when he went to cut it, I could tell that he had tremors because he was starting to shake.
Yeah.
And so then I just thought back to my grandma and I was like, because my grandma, she will always ask us to help her. You know, she's like, oh, can you help me? Like,
Even though she hates
she
asking,
does
she
hate it,
really
yeah.
does.
But like, especially if it's something dangerous, like
Yeah.
she's always gonna ask
Yeah.
us. And the first thing we want to do when we see that is help.
Mhm.
So I just immediately thought of my grandma and I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, he's probably so embarrassed in front of these like college students and he has to show this and he's like has his little tremors. I was like, I hate this for him. Like I was literally like feeling so sad.
Yeah.
And then he was like, he cut it, whatever. I was like, if he needs help, like I already had it in my head that I was gonna help him. So he starts cutting a piece and he's like, all right, well, I need to go use this machine over here. He's like, does anyone want to volunteer? Immediately, I was like, I will. And then he was like, seriously? No one else?
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I felt immediately so embarrassed, guys. Like, you know how
Aw.
that feeling when you just like you did something so proudly and then
Yeah.
you feel so like stupid? That's how I felt. And I didn't want to feel like that. It's just that's the reaction I had to literally like his expression, I guess, to me wanting to volunteer. And he looked around like, really, guys, no one else? Because they were all guys. So he was saying, like, really, none of you boys want to volunteer. That's how I took it.
Yeah.
And so I brushed it off. I was like, whatever, I'm not gonna, it's okay. So I was like, whatever. We start walking over. I'm like walking behind him. And then he just looks at me and he's like, this will be fun. And I'm like, what do you mean, sir? Like, what do you mean this will be fun? Would you have said that if it was a boy that volunteered? Would you have said that? Probably not.
Right.
So I'm like, okay. And then he had me guys do like one little tiny like pull down of one of the bars. And I'm like, is this it? Is that all you were like, oh, no one else?
God.
Right.
So yeah, it was so dumb. And I tried to brush it off and I didn't want to think too much into it. But as we were leaving the class, I was going up the stairs and this guy in my class came up to me and he was like, wait. And I was like, yeah, like we didn't never really talked. And he was like, hey, he's like, I'm sorry, I just had to say this. He's like, I saw how he reacted when you volunteered, and he was like, and gosh, it made me so mad. He was like,
I
and I
love
just
that.
want you to know that our generation is not like that anymore. He was like, he can think how he wants to, and he's like, but it really just made me so mad to see him say that to you. And he's like, and you were so confident raising your hands, and I was like, thank you so
Oh,
much.
that
He was
was
like,
really
I love
nice.
that.
so nice. He's like,
Yeah.
I didn't want to be dramatic, how they always call us,
Yeah.
like, oh, you're being
Yeah.
dramatic, oh, blah, blah, like brushing it off and stuff. So I didn't say anything, but for him to come over and validate me, and be
Yeah.
like, I saw that too, and that's not okay. It was just a really good feeling. Like, I was like, thank you, like, for coming up to me. Like, it was really nice. So yeah, definitely my first experience where it was like, oh, like, he really doesn't think I can do it because I'm a girl. Like,
Yeah.
That's like crazy, honestly.
yeah.
The other day I was changing the faucet in my sink.
Mhm.
Like I took the whole thing out. I just watched a YouTube video. I took it out, put it in, super easy,
Yeah.
but I had to scrape something off and I was using like my makeup razor things that I would
Yeah.
use for like makeup. And there were multiple things that I was using from like my makeup things that was helping me. And it's just like I easily
You got the job
I did
done.
it.
Yeah.
And it was just like
Exactly.
also I feel like I mean, I don't know. I just think me and how I am, I'm just super like I pay attention to the little details.
Yeah.
So with jobs like that, I think it's really important to pay attention to the details because like one wrong thing or whatever, like you can totally mess something up.
Yeah.
So, but that's just crazy. I don't,
Yeah, it
that's
was a
wild.
very like surreal experience, just like feeling like so degraded,
Mhm.
And so that was definitely tough. And I had to see him like later on and stuff and like cannot like hold eye contact with me. Like just as talking to the other guys and I'm like, I'm in the group too, like hello. You know what I mean?
That's
It's
so
just like,
weird and like annoying
it's
Mhm.
really annoying,
because
yeah.
you're clearly in that program and in that group of people because you are smart and you're as capable as them. So I
Right.
Yeah.
hate when like people like either single you out or like leave you out of like conversations just because you're a girl.
It's so annoying. And like
Mhm.
before, when we were going over just like the rules and stuff, he was like, how many of you have been in a machine shop before? Like no one raised their hand. So it's not like
Hmm.
it's just me, I haven't been in a machine shop.
Yeah.
He's like the other guys
Yeah.
haven't either, which is hence why they probably didn't volunteer because they're not feeling comfortable. Here I am trying to make myself feel comfortable, you know what I mean? So just like weird energy. And like I know the guy was like saying, well, he's older, that's how he thinks, he's stuck in those ways, but I don't know if that's an excuse, like a valid excuse. Like you can be yourself and like obviously the senior class, like you were saying, like I got here for how many years now? I think I know
Hmm.
what I'm
Right,
capable of.
right.
So yeah, that
Dang.
was super annoying. But we finished the project and we got an A, so what can I say?
Love
Slay,
that.
slay.
Yeah.
Bro, also whenever we went to Hilton Head and
Hmm.
the on the way there she was doing her work and it was just like the most complex like I didn't understand any of it, but I'm like, I don't understand how you do that. What made you want to like go down this career path?
Honestly, I just found out what it really was that made me want to do this, and it was such like a full circle moment for me. So basically, I work this on-campus job where I'm like a student ambassador for women in engineering, and what we do is like a kids career day. So what you can, it's like kids from like first grade, I think, to like fourth, and you can come in and like do little cute activities like science stuff. You know what you
Mm.
did like when you were young. And so I was a leader for that. And so I was going with the kids, like walking around, and they started like asking questions like, oh, like, why did you choose engineering? You know what I mean? And so then I was like, wait, what? Why did I? And I started with architecture and then I changed to engineering. But the root of it, honestly, what made me think of engineering was one of these kids' career like programs that I went to.
Hmm.
It was like, I think it was for women specifically. It was when I was in the fifth grade. We got like a little slip at school and it was like, women in STEM, something like that, something along those lines. And it was like, come find out like what it is. And I loved science at the time. So I was like, Dad, can you please take me to this? and it was at the College of Worcester.
Oh,
And it was like such a cool setup. It was like set up with like 5 little experiments that you could go around and just
that's
try.
so cute.
Yeah, and we talked about like engineering, and I left there and I was like, I am gonna be an engineer.
I
Yeah.
love that. I
It
didn't know
was
that. That's so cute.
Yeah, so I think I just kind of kept that to myself because like
Mhm.
everyone would ask me, why do you want to be an engineer? Like it's just so random. No one in our family is really like an engineer, things like that. So I'm like, I never really heard about it. But then it clicked when I was doing this with me being the leader this time. I was
Yeah.
like, mine was so fun. And then I was like, that's what kickstarted it. So I think that's so cute, and I think that's why it's so important. So I did my best when I was with the kids. I was like, isn't this so cool? Like, and it was just so annoying because I saw that like misogynistic like thing from this guy that was like doing one of the little activities, and he was just telling the boy, he's like, you're doing so good. He's like, you're doing such a good job. Like, you're so smart. Like, isn't he so smart? Partnered with the girl.
Oh my
Ah,
God.
And the little girl, I could just see her like looking at him, like waiting for him to be
You
like,
can say
and
something about him.
yeah,
oh,
or like both of you. You
right.
know what I mean?
Mhm.
I was this close to being like, so is she. You know what I mean? But then finally he's like, well, you both are. And I'm like, that's what I thought. But just like at such a young age, things like
Yeah.
that will stay with
Oh,
you.
100%.
So it just was like infuriating. But yeah, I think that that's what made me want to start. And I was intimidated at first for sure. I think when I told everyone, like, oh, I'm going to be an engineer, and they saw me, or like, I like to wear cute outfits, like things like that, I like to do girly things, it'd be like, are you sure you can do that? And then I would start to second guess myself and be like, wait, I don't know if I can. And so I went with architecture because it was still like math related, which I liked, and like design related. But it just was way too much like artsy side of things for me. Like
Mhm.
I wanted to actually do more math, more like project planning, thinking, inventing, stuff like that. And just architecture didn't provide that for me. So that's when I decided to make the change. And it like changed my life completely. So I think that it's been good for me, and I think I'm doing what I love, and I'm a senior now, which is crazy to
It's so
believe.
insane.
Like so crazy because I did architecture for a year and a half. So I've been in school like an extra year and a half. I
Mhm.
should have already graduated, but I thought this day would never come. Like my mom, she'd say, I'm gonna cry at graduation. And I'm like,
No.
me too, girl. Like I did a lot to be here. So
Wait, when is it?
it'll be December. Yeah, a
Oh,
winter. Yeah, winter graduation.
that's so
But
nice.
as of now, I think I might be, because it's a small class when you graduate in the fall.
Mhm.
But as of right now, I think I might be the only girl. So
Wow.
Wow.
that would be really special. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
'Cause it's
I'm gonna cry too.
really cool.
Wait, oh my gosh.
It's
No, because
crazy.
she's always said it ever since you were little
Yeah.
that you wanted to be that. And then whenever you went into architecture, I remember Ashley, my sister, she was just like, she's always said mechanical engineering. Like, I don't know why she would do that, but like, obviously, super supportive still
Yeah.
of you.
Yeah.
But when you switched, it was just like, it was meant to
It made
be.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think everyone's like, yeah,
Yeah.
it makes sense.
But isn't it gonna be so cute if like in the future, the little kids that you saw at that fair, they're gonna think the same thing. Oh, I remember whenever she,
Yeah.
yeah, when
Gosh, that's
she
so
showed me. That's so cute.
Like a full circle thing. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's really cute.
That's
Because
so
I tried
cute.
so hard. I was like, what was your guys' favorite activity? Like this one, and like just so cool. Anyone can do it, and I think you have to be,
Yes.
it's important to be advocates for that.
Oh, 100%.
Do
I
you
agree.
have any, like, what are your plans after school?
I still am not 100% sure. There's just like so many things that you can do with engineering. Like that's why I wanted to choose mechanical specifically, because you can do like a branch of anything.
Yeah.
And I can never like decide on one thing. Like you guys know, I feel like working the same job like every single day for the rest of your life, like I don't want to do that
Yeah.
either. I know this is very corporate-y, like 9 to 5, but a 9 to 5 can look differently for
Yes.
engineering and depending on what you do. So I thought this would be perfect for me. And something that I've learned is that I really like the medical side of things. So there's like biomedical engineering, but like mechanical engineers can basically do anything. So I think I'm leaning towards more like the medical side of things and like designing medical devices, things like that.
That's
Like
so
being able to talk to doctors and being able to help them like come up with something that will help them when they're working. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Because like I'm sure they're frustrated and they're like, this doesn't do what I wanted to do. They can come talk to me, and I can explain it to them in a way that they may not see it, and they can explain things to me in a way that we don't see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where like the technical side and like the medical side crosses, I love that. So I would love to be a part of that.
Wow.
That's something that I think I'll probably look into.
That's so crazy. I love that for you.
Thank you guys.
You're welcome. There's so many of like in our family who are like in the medical field.
In the medical fields, I
It's so
know,
cute.
yeah,
I think we should just open up our own
we
hospital.
should.
And you can, Amanda, you could be the social media marketing person.
Please.
Sounds
Yeah.
like a
'Cause
plan.
Yeah,
It
a lot
would be a
of
lot.
branches.
Yeah.
So you have a
That's
lot
so
on your
cute.
plate. This is why I think that I'm gonna be the only senior girl, because in my senior design class, there's only one girl and it's me. So that's why I think for the senior class that's gonna graduate, it's just gonna be me. But anyway, I walk in there's like 20 of us, and I sit down first day, you know, and then I walk in and I was like, oh, I'm gonna be the only girl. Like this is the first time in the 4 years that I've been the only girl. And I was like, I'm like living what everyone thinks. Like, cause so many people will be like, are you the only girl in your class?
Mhm.
And I'm like, no, there's like 3 or 4, which isn't a lot, but I've never been like the only one. So basically, I realized I was the only girl, but not that big of a deal. I had like friends in that class from previous classes, so I was like talking to them, like everything was fine. I wasn't like the loner girl sitting in the corner,
Yeah.
you know? And so he's not a professor, he's just like a teacher, like the man that teaches the classes. But he walks in and he's like talking about the project, what we're gonna be doing. So you guys have to do this, you guys need to do this. And then like the class is 45 minutes long, I think. And then like 30 minutes in, he was like, and then you guys, ugh, I've been saying guys the whole time. I'm so sorry. Like, I really hope you're not taking like guys and girl, like and girl. It's just like that's how I talk. Like I just say guys, like I just talk and I just say guys, and it's like I really like don't mean any offense. I was like, I can promise you, I'm not taking any offense. Like if there was even one more girl, he would have never said that. Like
Yeah.
he's got like a general,
A general,
like, you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Like I say guys all the time.
Yeah,
Same.
like to a group of girls. Hey guys,
Yeah,
like you know what I
yeah.
mean? That's how
Yeah.
he talks. Hi guys. Like it's just so annoying. And I'm like, why did he like
Have to single you out.
Yeah. Like he was like, oh, I know it's like you're the only girl. I'm like, okay, sir. And then like a few weeks later, never said anything again. Used guys for everything. Like he never would say like guys and girl or nothing.
Right.
Or like my name, like Donna and guys or something, nothing. He just brought it up that singular time, never again. Like he was obviously trying to make a point of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm like, honey, you're making me feel more uncomfortable. I should have been like, no,
Right.
call me baby or something. Like
Yeah.
Queen. Yeah. Wait.
I love
and
that.
then it was funny because like he was so worried about that. And then 2 weeks ago, he's just something about this man. But he was like talking to us. We're in like an auditorium thing. So the seats are like a movie theater, like they're
Yeah.
up and you sit on it or whatever, kind of. And so he was like talking to us. He was trying to get close to us, you know what I mean? You guys can edit this out. I just want to tell you like what he did. But basically, I'm like sitting where Lauren is, okay? And he's like trying to get close to us and talk to us, and he goes like this. So
Oh.
hold on, guys. Let me get close and personal. But like and he's like, so yeah, you guys are gonna have to, you know what I mean? Like crotch up in the face. And I'm like, and it was just so funny because one of my guy friends like turns to look at me and he's like, it's like, and I'm looking this way. It's like right there.
Yeah, because where are you supposed to look?
I'm like, yeah, for sure. Because guys, if I was looking straight, it would have been crotch.
Right.
Oh, literally.
Yeah, no, I
Okay.
didn't know if the angle was gonna be good. But it was just like at first you're concerned about calling me guys.
Right.
And now your crotch is in my face. Like,
Total opposite.
Literally.
like
That's so
what?
funny.
Like, it was so funny.
Wait, I do actually want to talk about your TikTok. Why did you start posting?
I don't know. I think I've always had that type of like personality. And I think that in the beginning, everybody like was worried about numbers and stuff and like who's
Yeah.
gonna see it and whatever. And I think that was really important, like popular, like, are you gonna blow up? Like Charlie D'Amelio, like in the beginning, it was just so like, who's gonna blow up and stuff.
Mhm.
And so when you didn't, it was just like your confidence was like at a low. But then I think I just was like, I like to film my little videos. Like I like to talk, like, you know, in the family. I love to tell like stories and stuff, which is why I feel like I low-key want to make like a secret account. So like my family and stuff doesn't watch me and I can just talk and like say funny stories and
yeah.
stuff. Because right now I'm trying to keep like an aesthetic and stuff and like
Yeah.
try to keep a certain like content that I post. But like I do think I'm naturally funny and I like to just like talk and say and do whatever. And so I think TikTok was a perfect opportunity to like display that. And also to try to like, you know, like make your days better, I guess. Like, you know, whenever you're just like, I'm a student, you know, and engineering is not easy. But if I could film a little TikTok showing you guys a day in my life, and then there's like 2 or 3 comments, someone like saying something, I just think it's motivating, I would say
Yeah.
too.
I agree.
And it's just fun. So
It
fun.
is.
Yeah.
I always tell Lauren to post more, but
Literally.
I'm so bad at
No,
that.
you guys
I'm
should.
so
No, you
I'm
really
just
should.
annoying. I'm annoying. I annoy myself. I really do. Because whatever. We don't have to get into it.
Different. Like you can literally do anything, which is
Yeah.
amazing. And so like for when I first got like little like things sent in by like companies, I was like, whoa, like
Yeah.
it was like I don't even need to have that many followers. Like people just
Yeah.
like for being genuine or sincere and they like your contact, they like you as a person. So it was really fulfilling to see that. And so that's why like I think it's fun to post and yeah, if you can make someone laugh or make someone stay, I think
That's
that's
so
really fun.
cute. We're gonna have to film a
Yeah.
TikTok after this.
yes, and post it. Post it on Lauren's too. Make her do one as well.
Or you can just go viral for her looks.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
What do you think about the hair?
Beautiful.
Are you sure?
She wants to dye it back.
I
guys.
almost dyed it back.
Oh my God.
This hair.
Yeah, but I look pale right now.
Yeah, but at least keep it for the summer, and then if you want to go back black or darker, that's like a winter thing. The summer is like the lighter.
Yeah, that's actually what I was telling myself. I was like, I didn't damage my hair. My hair's still fine.
I think it looks good. Yeah.
Thank you. But I don't even know how else to say it, but like for 2-ish months now that I've had it or whatever, like I don't want to just completely switch back.
Right.
Because
Yeah. So like wait till like September, October.
yeah. Also, I feel like with a very dark tan, it's gonna like
Yes, it'll pop even more.
Even though I already think it looks good now.
Thank you so much.
So what is something that someone would see out and about and be like, that's so Donna?
Yes.
That's so Donna. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna make a podcast. I'm gonna call it That's So Donna. But
What can I say? I want to say just like little, I don't even know, just like cute little things. Like I don't know, that's so specific and I know you get it.
yeah.
Or just like you know that like checkered checkered like makeup pouches or just like
Yeah, like little
anything
plaid.
cute. Like I don't know.
Mhm.
She's just super cute
Like
and girly.
accessory little
Yeah.
things. I think, yeah, very niche. That's so me. I don't know. I think a crowd laughing. I don't think it would shock anyone if they saw that it was me standing in front of them.
I love that.
That's actually so true though, because you really are so funny, like naturally funny. But you know what I love and I hate this, but jokes are funnier in Spanish.
Yeah.
And she is so funny, obviously in English, but she's so funny in Spanish. Like
Yeah, it's like weird. Like it's like a different language. Well, it
it
is.
is.
Yeah.
But the way that she tells the stories in Spanish, like whenever she got pulled over, which we actually didn't even talk about right now. We could talk about it more, but she got pulled over because we were at a bar and she came home from we were at a party. We left, we went to the bar, we came back to the party. And she was just telling them what happened, but it was so funny because it was in
Because it was
Spanish.
Yeah.
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 And is that your first language?
Well, essentially, yeah,
Yeah.
but our native language, I think it is English.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like our mom would like talk to us in Spanish, so like our first words and stuff are in Spanish.
Yeah, but
So it didn't start till like preschool.
no, the only difference though with her is that her mom would have them respond in Spanish, but my parents, they didn't really care. They didn't like force it, I guess. And so I would always respond in English. So that's why her Spanish is a lot better because
Okay, that makes sense.
you practice it, you speak to your mom in Spanish. I don't really speak to my parents, only grandma.
Yeah, Lauren speaks English to her parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom, like when we would come home when we were like 5, we would start speaking English to her, like from what we learned in school. And she would be like, no, 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 like mommy doesn't understand English. And then we would have to revert to Spanish.
Yeah.
So
That's like
then
a good balance, I guess. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're more like fluid, like
Like I wish I knew like my native languages, but also like my parents are both different ethnicities, so like it's not like they would speak to each other in like
That's
different
right.
languages, so like it's kind of
Yeah.
more
I didn't
difficult.
even think of that.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. What about like your grandparents? Do you ever speak with them? Do they?
No, because they're all like, well, right now only my grandmothers are alive, but like when my grandfathers were alive, they were also two different ethnicities as well.
Mm.
Oh,
So
okay.
very big mix. But I speak French, so there's that.
Okay, that's a flex. That would be
I remember whenever I was in Montreal and we went, I don't know, to like kind of like a CVS, I guess you could say. And the lady, she knew because I didn't understand what she was saying. She knew that I only spoke English and she was like continuously speaking to me in French as if I understood. And I was just like,
yeah.
like
Hello.
what?
Yeah. Yeah, here it's like French is like it's very bilingual, but a lot more people are more French than English.
Yeah, and don't they kind of get mad if like you
Oh my God,
don't
yeah. Like
know
some people, like
French?
not
I think
me.
that's what she was kind of giving, like
Maybe
just
like not
Yeah,
me.
there's some people here that are very like French only. I don't speak French really.
yeah.
Unless I have to, but yeah.
Yeah, that's something that I'll have to think about. Like with Sam, I constantly am like wondering how we're gonna parent and stuff because like he speaks English and like I speak English too, but he doesn't speak any Spanish, so it would be
Mhm.
tough, you know.
Mhm.
But I did see this girl on TikTok. She strictly speaks Spanish to her
Little
child,
girl.
the little
Oh,
girl
I love
with the
it.
curly hair,
Yeah.
and then the husband only speaks English to her.
That's cool.
So I think that's something that I
Yeah.
could do, but it's definitely a commitment, but I think it's worth it in the long run.
100%.
Knowing 2 languages, I just can't imagine a world without it because we don't know it.
I know. It is really crazy to me.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Yes, thank
We
you.
are gonna have another episode probably soon, kind of diving deeper into our like trauma, I guess, so we can trauma bond
Fun.
our family history. Yes, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you. It was nice seeing you, Amanda.
You too.